So you finally ended up and made that deposit for that guitar you've been dreaming about for a long, long time. Your favorite guitar shop. Put it in there, saddled in, sat back, you're relaxing, you're just waiting for it to happen. Then lo and behold, that favorite guitar shop of yours has announced that it's going out of business. You're like, man, that stinks. Wait a minute, that shop has a lot of my money too. What am I supposed to do here? It's a situation that unfortunately has happened more often than not lately, with some pretty substantial guitar shops closing down in both North America and the Great White North of Canada, leading to the dismay and disheartenment of many folks. And also it's very upsetting for us. It's also upsetting for the manufacturers too. But let's say it's you. You got cold hard cash laid out. Let's say it's $1,000 and you're waiting for this guitar to show up. And you got a few thousand more to pay, but there's $1,000 and you don't know what's happening. Well, hopefully here's what's gonna happen. There's multiple steps here, multiple tiers of what might happen and what can happen. So just stay tuned, we'll get through it. Hopefully the guitar shop in question has arranged to refund all deposits that are due of incoming guitars that will not be built or amps that will not be made. Or God, if you're getting pedals that require $1,000 deposit, I got to see that pedal. There's probably some out there. Let me know in the comments below if there are. But the good nature of most of these shops will take that into account. We've had some shops in North Carolina that this happened with, and it was not a good natured thing though. It was a bad issue, and like tons of people lost their guitars they left there for consignment. The money for any deposits was just gone, and they didn't know what to do about it. So let's just assume the shop does not hand you with a refund. So we got to move on to step 2. Do you want to get in line with everyone else in the small claims court system? That's one path. You can try to get online and start bashing people. It's not really a path. It's not going to do any good because the people you're bashing are gone. The shop has disappeared. You can't hurt the business anymore. The business is now DOA. So you can line up and start doing the small claims court. You got to figure out where you're going to be in this record of debtors coming to get money. So odds are you're way back yonder in that scheme and you might never see that again. So that's maybe not the best path either. Path 2, you can try this. I don't think this is going to work either, but this is what some people maybe tried. You reach out to the manufacturer of the guitar or amp or pedal that you were trying to have built and let them plead your case. Unfortunately, they don't have your deposits, so they don't really have any ability to really work within that framework necessarily. So that might be a dead end road as well. Now the oddball, the curveball, is maybe reach out to one of your favorite shops that's been around for a long time. Now some of these shops have been around for a long time, but longevity is not just the thing. Reach out to your favorite shops that have a track record. Not saying us, it can be us, but it's like a track record of doing the right thing always, have really good reviews, have great relationship with the manufacturers. Perhaps they can navigate this path with you. There's ways to maybe see if that guitar is actually in production, if it was ever in production, because sometimes, unfortunately, I can imagine some of these dealers that are maybe in the financial harrows of bankruptcy are freaking out. They're taking deposits whenever they can. Oh, I hope that's not the case, but and maybe didn't even submit the order. So in that case, there is no guitar being built. Could you maybe transfer it into that? Possibly. But the best step is going to be really getting a handle on where that might be in the manufacturer's queue. And the only other way to do that might be now is through another dealer. So you got to find one of those dealers that you trust and maybe want to work with in that respect too. I bet there's a possibility. There often can be. We're trying to help with a few folks right now, so stay tuned and we'll let you in on these little videos coming down the road. It's they should be pretty exciting and interesting, and no names are being named right now, but names might be named later if the right things aren't done too. It's just we're hoping this all resolves itself, but you have to find the shop. So let's even back up a little bit further. When you're putting in a deposit or going to buy one of these custom instruments that might take a few years, you got to pick the shop. It's not just the biggest shop. You got to pick, the the shop that has like the track record of what you think is going to be the right place, not just to build a guitar, but you know is going to be there. Because some of these guitars might take years, and you got to have people that are insane enough to want to stay in this crazy business regardless of sinking profits, diminishing margins, crazy economics, world upheavals. It's just, you have to have people that just love the instruments, love this game, love the world of music, and will be there for the long haul. There's a few shops across the country we always recommend in our videos, and you should just past reference those. I'm not going to say them all right now, but there's great shops that have been here for some just like 5 years, some 10 years, some 40 years, that are just stalwarts of the business, and they can help you out too. Like I'd always recommend looking at those that have the passionate things, not just the ones closest to you. It might be a shop all the way across the country. It depends upon where you live. And if you live way yonder, you're gonna have to search regardless of that. But start there. Start with the people that are outrageously passionate, have a great track record, have risen to the top tier of what they're doing, and then you go forward. But now we're back to peg one, or starting point, where like, hey, the shop that you have chosen before, you chose the wrong shop. It's out of business now. You can't get in touch with anybody. They've sort of disappeared off the face of the earth. My best bet, besides small claims court, because I don't think that's going to work, it might be a larger court too, it depends on your deposit, is talking to another highly respected, high-tiered level dealer. If it's within the Fender custom shop world, you want a showcase dealer. If it's within Gibson, you need one of their premier dealers. Taylor, one of their, I don't even know what the names of the Taylor dealership platforms are anymore. They change it every other month, so I have no idea what it is. If you want the marquee dealer in Martin, it's funny, but just they can be your voice within this thing to help you, because they have direct lines to the heads of these corporations too, and everyone in the companies want to help you too. It's just hard for them to navigate it possibly. So if you can get through to someone at a top level at these manufacturers, do it. That's obviously, if you're next door neighbors with Andy over at Fender, or Andy over at Taylor, or that guy named Paul who owns a small guitar company in Maryland, they can probably get it done for you pretty quickly. So a little of that nepotism doesn't go unnoticed. I'd recommend that as route number one. But route number two, in the most best possible way, is contact one of us shops. We'll try to help you. If we can't, we can at least get you pointed in the right direction. We love problem solving. We don't like seeing anybody taken advantage of. And in some situations, these shops that have had to close are not trying to burn anybody. They're trying to make it right by everything. I can't imagine the amount of debtors and creditors coming after them, and just the sadness and sorrow of just having to shutter your doors too. You got your whole team you've worked with for years. You've got all these loyal customers that you built up, and that's just a bummer across the board. Now, on a side swing note, let's assume everything works out and you get this sorted and you get your guitar done, and somehow through the miracles of the gods above, you've done it through another shop. Like, that's the coolest thing. Spread that love out there on the world. But let's talk about this, what I want to get to in the flip note part. What do manufacturers do? When a guitar shop does this, because there's often, I've talked to some of them too, some of my friends at some of the biggest, when a guitar shop is not paying their bills and is not, and then goes out of business sort of suddenly, because some of these things, like, we did a video on Cosmo Music, go back and watch that, it just came out recently. They shuttered their doors, but it was sort of a gradual process. Some of the other shops that have shuttered have been very immediate and sort of scary, so the manufacturers have to be like, whoa, this guy's got a lot of invoices due and a lot of our product there. Will you please pay us? And they're like, ghosted. So what they're going to do quickly is they're going to try to send someone to that physical showroom and reclaim those guitars if possible. That's one way to sort of wipe out their debt. And often the guitars are sold, or the guitars have disappeared and are no longer there, or you can't, or if the physical location has been shuttered, it's gone. So they're gonna go through possible legal proceedings as well. But their first and foremost test is to get their guitars back. And it's kind of a neat thing to know, like, that they have like it's like a team. It's their reps, their sales reps will probably have to do it, like go to the physical locations and try to reclaim guitars. It's a crazy thing. Probably the worst thing you have to do as a rep for a guitar manufacturer. And I know a couple that actually have had to do this a little bit with some acoustic makers. And some of them aren't with the company anymore, but it's just what a funny, horrible, I can't imagine that. Ugh. Imagine Donnie Rod coming here to take our Taylors back or something. That would just make me so sad. I pay my bills though. That's another thing. So I hope this helps. When this happens, it's the worst of all situations for every party involved. No one's excited about it. Everyone's depressed. Everyone's upset. But there's ways to hopefully make you whole again somehow. Getting your money back, that's off the table. Getting a guitar maybe built, possibly. Getting your voice heard 100%. But like trying to get the guitar built, that should be the goal. Don't go in there like if once the shop is gone and they didn't contact you about it, I doubt that money's anywhere to be found. They're probably in such debt at this point too. I don't know how they're gonna get that, but some have closed and they've done really great with their customers and refunded all their deposits. And I've been really impressed by hearing that. Some have done the opposite, very unimpressed. And so we'll be the watchdog talking about that soon. And hopefully any questions you might have that we can help with, let us know. And if this did happen to you, we're really sorry. There's ways to maybe work through it. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'd love to help. If nothing else, you enjoyed this video, we'd love if you click like, subscribe, spread the word, and stay tuned for some more videos with old Johnny coming back soon. Miss that guy's face. And Sean, I think, too. As long as they can all get along on camera. It's tough. Peace be with you guys. Good luck. Happy guitar hunting.